actually starts to eat, he went into thinking. He started to think and ponder. So what he did, he took a bit of meat and rice and he went back to the room and he came back. That alim said, what did you do? I mean, what kind of act did you do? Sheikh said, well, I thought now that this lunch is the only lunch we have today. And my wife, she cooked all the lunch for us, for you as a guest. And she's got nothing. So I think this is shar'an haram, to leave the wife hungry and we eat and enjoy the food. So in terms of the shar', I'm not allowed to do this. So I had to take a piece of meat and rice and take it back to my wife. Who can think like this, ulama? It's so difficult. Sometimes things are so small and precise that you cannot even think about it. We just go on with it. It is the ilm and the alim who understands. It's the ilm that you seek and know and you apply it. If I was myself, for example, I would never even care about it. Friend, guest, I give him everything in my house. But do I think this is haram? No, never. I leave the wife with no food, for example, because the wife, she's wajib al-nafaqa, it's wajib to spend on her. So this is how the Sheikh thought about. She's wajib al-nafaqa, I have to pay her. I have to offer her clothes, food and so forth. So this is the ulama and the knowledge they seek. They apply it to avoid the haram, to avoid any kind of sin. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Imam Amir al-Mu'minin salamullah alayhi, he also says, because he's the door of knowledge of Rasulullah, باب علم النبي صلى الله عليه وآله. أنا مدينة العلم وعلي بابها. The Imam says, العلم خير من المال. العلم خير من المال. Knowledge, seeking knowledge is better than seeking wealth and money. Why? The Imam explains and tells us the wisdom behind these words. He says, العلم يحرسك وأنت تحرس المال. If you have knowledge, the knowledge will protect you, will guard you. If you have knowledge that this type of food is bad for you because you have diabetes, then this knowledge saved you from going into difficulties. Maybe your illness will be worse, will be more. So the knowledge saved you. Knowledge is a protection, is a shield for you, is a guard for you. العلم يحرسك وأنت تحرس المال. But vice versa, you have money, you have to protect it. You have to hide it somewhere. You go to the bank, you make sure the bank doesn't charge you, for example, for some transactions you haven't paid, and so forth. You try to hide the money somewhere, away from the thief. But the knowledge, no, protects you. Anywhere you go. Either the knowledge of dunyawi, or the knowledge of ukhrawi. You are fully protected. العلم يحرسك وأنت تحرس المال. Then the Imam salamullah alayhi says, والمال تفنيه النفقة. The wealth, the money that you gather, it will be spent by the end of the day. How much you want to collect and gather? You have to spend it. Either you pay your mortgage or rent, or you pay for your car expenses, or you pay for your holiday in summertime. You have to spend it. وَالْمَالُ تُفْنِيهَ النَّفَقَةِ. But the knowledge, وَالْعِلْمُ يَزْكُو عَلَى الْإِنفاق. The knowledge is vice versa. When you give the knowledge, it will increase. You get more knowledge, others will benefit. You go into discussions, debates, you'll get more information from even the others. Because when you give your knowledge as a teacher, even the students, that's why we have mubahatha in the house. Mubahatha, they debate each lesson after they finish it, they sit down, they debate. And this is how they get the knowledge. They establish the knowledge and they memorize the information they've learned from the teacher. The ilm, you give it, you'll have more. The return will be more. The money you give never comes back. Khalas. You gave £10 now to buy something, it's gone, finish, whatever. But the ilm, as much as you give it, you'll have a return. You'll have a question. They question you about it. You'll have a debate about it. والمال تفنيه النفقة والعلم يسكو على الإنفاق. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
It's sadly today to see that with this development of technology, smartphones today in the hands of even our children, not only youth or adults, we see that we are spending a lot of time, or possibly wasting sometimes a lot of time on the smartphones, on the internet, for sometimes useless information, false information. You know, sometimes they send, I don't know, a hadith, narration, I don't know, Allah knows who's behind them. So, a lot of time spent on these gadgets and apps with no use. We have to try to control even our time. The time is precious, priceless. So we have to make sure that we spend the time to learn the ulum, the knowledge that we need, that we are requiring on our daily basis. And we use these gadgets and smartphones to an extent to fulfill our requirements, not to just waste our time on it. صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
عن أبي عبد الله الصادق سلام الله عليه. He says, رحم الله عبدا اجتمع مع آخر فتذاكر أمرنا. May Allah pours His mercy on the one who meets with the other. Two of mu'mineen, they gather in one place, let's say at home for example, and they revive the matter of Ahlul Bayt. فتذاكر أمرنا. One says قال الصادق, one says قال البار, and they have debate about the hadith for example, or مسائل for example. فتذاكر أمرنا فإن ثالثهما ملك يستغفر لهما. The third person will be a malak, an angel who will do istighfar for that, for those two who sit down and remember and recall Ahlul Bayt's knowledge, salamullah alayhim, and they debate it. There's an angel sitting and doing istighfar. What about the majlis like this, inshallah? Inshallah, angels are sitting and doing the istighfar for us with the barakat salat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
عن داود الرقي قال كنت عند أبي عبد الله الحسين الصادق عليه السلام إذ استسقى الماء فلما شربه رأيته استعبر وغرورقت عيناه بدموعه. He said, Dawood says, I went to the Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam and he asked for water. They brought him water, he drank water and he started to cry. His eyes were filled with tears, flooded with tears. Then he said to me, Dawood says, he said to me, Salamullah alayh, لعن الله قاتل الحسين عليه السلام فما من عبد شرب الماء فذكر الحسين عليه السلام ولعن قاتله. If somebody drinks water and he says لعن الله قاتل الحسين سلام الله عليه اللهم لعن قتلة الحسين عليه السلام ولعن قاتله إلا كتب الله له. Imam al-Hussein salamullah is an exception, brothers and sisters. Do not think that if Allah gives so much reward, it's too much. No, Allah is merciful. Allah gave everything to Imam al-Hussein salamullah alayhi, because he in turn gave everything. إلا كتب الله له 100,000 حسنة وحط عنه 100,000 سيئة ورفع له 100,000 درجة. Allah would give him 100,000 of hasanat, of good deeds, for just saying لعن الله اللهم عن قتلة الحسين سلام الله عليه. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله اللهم عن قتلة الحسين سلام الله عليه. And he will take away 100,000 sins. Imagine. And will raise the level of this mu'min 100,000 levels. Allah knows what are the levels of paradise in billions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave this honor to Al-Hussein salamullah alayhi because of his sacrifice on the day of Ashura. Exception to Abi Abdullah al-Hussein. When the caravan of Abi Abdullah al-Hussein came back by Imam Zayn al-Abidin salamullah alayhi, he was leading this caravan because everyone was killed. Imam was killed, his sons Ali al-Akbar, al-Qasim, even the infant Abdullah al-Radi', Ali al-Asghar, they all were killed, martyred. Who was left? Only as-Sajjad salamullah alayhi from Bani Hashim, and also Imam al-Baqir. He was only 3 or 4 years of age. He witnessed the incident of Ashura. Allahu Akbar. When they came back, of course, al-Banin was there, waiting for the news of first Imam al-Hussein salamullah alayhi. Her most number one priority was the life of Al-Hussein salamullah alayhi. Because when she got married with Amir al-Mu'mineen, before Imam salamullah alayhi takes her to his house, she stood outside the house and she said to Amir al-Mu'mineen to go and ask permission from Al-Hussein and Al-Hasan and Zainab salamullah alayhima jami'an, that to accept me as a slave, as a khadima, as a servant. Allah, this great noble woman, al-Banin, Bab al-Hawa'ij. If you have haja, attach yourself to her, ask her and she will give you the haja inshaAllah ta'ala. al-Banin, of course, she got the bad news of the martyrs of Karbala, and also she got the news of the martyrs of her sons. 4 sons she gave for the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Abbas salamullah alayhi was on top of the shuhada of her sons. She used to come in the Baqi' after the incident of Karbala, and she made 4 graves in Baqi' to resemble the graves of her sons in Karbala. She used to come and sit down and cry, and eventually the people of Medina used to hear her cry, and they used to come as well, join her and cry on Al-Abbas salamullah alayhi, on the Musibat al-Hussein, al-Banin, this loyal woman to Ahlul Bayt. She used to come and cry and cry. لا تدعوني ويك البنين تذكريني باليوث العرين كانت بنون لي أدعى بهن واليوم أصبحت ولا من بنين. يا ليت شعري كما أخبروا، يا ليت شعري كما أخبروا بأن عباسا قطيع اليمين صلى الله عليك يا أبا عبد الله.